Hello everyone, welcome back to another TSW suggestion video. Today we're going to be talking about a special route, and that route is the New York to New Haven route. If you want to skip to a certain section in the video, there will be timestamps available for you. We got videos like these coming out every week, so if you like the content, hit the subscribe button. Let's get into the video. The New Haven line is a Metro North line that runs from Grand Central Terminal in Midtown Manhattan, where it connects with the New York City subway to State Street in New Haven. This will be the first Metro North route in Train Sim World. This route would also include Amtrak commuter and high-speed express services running from State Street to Penn Station. This would include a redo of the original Northeast Corridor between New Rochelle and Penn Station. With this new iteration of the Northeast Corridor, we will finally see the Acela Express in the game. The final inclusion will be the CSX freight services in the Bronx near Oak Point Yard. The New Haven line would have 30 stations along this route, running down Park Avenue where it emerges from a portal onto an elevated viaduct at about 96th Street. It continues through Harlem into the Bronx. After switching power modes at Pelham, it continues on to connect with Amtrak at New Rochelle. The line would then continue to New Haven where it terminates at the State Street station. After leaving the city around New Rochelle, the scenery starts to change from a dense city area to a more suburban landscape. The New Haven line would see local trains stopping along the route. There are several branch lines like the one to New Canaan, however those can be added in as a route extension. The Amtrak part of the route would see trains running from Penn Station in Manhattan, through Long Island City in Queens, past the LIRR at Hunters Point Avenue Station, and across the Hell's Gate Bridge into the Bronx. Amtrak then continues to New Rochelle, where it connects with the New Haven line of the Metro North. That part of the route we had already seen in the underwhelming Northeastern Corridor route from the original TSW. The new part of the route, which we see in Train Simulator 2021, runs through New Rochelle all the way up to State Street in New Haven. The Amtrak part of the route would see regional, local, and express services running along the line. And finally, the CSX part of the route would be a remake of what we seen in the original route, with freight services running in and out of Oak Point Yard and the Harlem River Yard. Let's start with the rolling stock for Metro North. It would include the M2, M8, and Genesis P32. The M8 is the newest addition to the Metro North rolling stock. It is similar to the M7 in many ways, however it also has lots of differences. For instance, the M8s can switch from third rail power to overhead catenary wires. The same goes for the M2s. They are similar to the M3s from LIRR, however they look different, sound different, and drive different. They also use overhead wires, like the M8s. The Genesis P32 is a diesel locomotive operated by both Metro North Railroad and Amtrak. It usually runs diesel services along the branch lines, however it sometimes runs services to Grand Central Station and Penn Station. In-game, these trains can run to Stamford and South Norwalk. Amtrak would use the Acela, ACS 64, and P32. In the future, there might be an opportunity to get the new Avlia rolling stock in the game, although I highly doubt it since it is a new train. The Acela would be the first American high-speed train in Train Sim World 2. It is an electric train. Its top speed is 150 miles per hour, although it usually runs around 70 to 85 miles per hour. It'll run express services stopping at Penn Station, Stamford Transportation Center, and New Haven Union Station. We've already seen the ACS 64 in the original TSW, so I'm not going to be talking about it. It would run regional services between Penn Station and New Haven. And the P32 would appear both in Amtrak and Metro North livery, running regional services between Penn Station and New Haven. These trains are unique as they change from diesel power to third rail contextuals when entering Penn Station and Grand Central Terminal. CSX would have regular freight services in and around Oak Point Yard, ran by the Dash 2s. Now let's talk about what the base route would include. The base route would include the Metro North M8 and M2 trains. Amtrak would also have the Acela. This would give the player local services with the M2 and M8 and high-speed express services with the Acela. There would be one Loco Pack that includes all of the extra rolling stock for this route. The Loco Pack would include the P32 and P32 Genesis locomotives with the Shoreliner cab cars for diesel services on Amtrak and Metro North. The ACS 64 for regional Amtrak services, and the Dash 2 for freight services. Overall, this would be a great route to have in Train Sim World 2. It has everything, ranging from high-speed, regional, local, and freight or shunting services. This route would pass by many notable locations like Yankee Stadium in the Bronx. It would end up being the longest route in TSW, at 74 miles plus the Amtrak branch. With Dovetail's new auto-generated scenery feature, it shouldn't take much longer than usual to make this route, minus the Loco DLCs. I don't think Dovetail should use the auto-generated scenery feature while around the New York area, as it won't make the route feel too authentic to New Yorkers like me. With the Loco DLC, this route would have lots of variety and services along it. It would have even more services than the Munich to Augsburg route, making the route really feel alive. Dovetail has been remaking a lot of original TS routes in TSW too, so it will only make sense for this route to be thought of. Finally, this route would give Dovetail another chance to build an Amtrak DLC which everyone would love, making up for the failure that was Northeastern Corridor. I know this video was kind of long, but in order to really get all the information out, it needed to be this way. If you liked the video or a suggestion, like the video, and if you haven't done so already, press the subscribe button. We're on the road for 500 subscribers and we just reached 200. Thank you very much for that. Hit the subscribe button if you like the content. Peace.